your brand feels invisible. And it's not just because your product is weak, it's because your marketing never gives people a reason to commit. Peloton didn't win by having the best bike. They won by turning that bike into something people trust. And in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to create that trust with just 3 principal ingredients. And the crazy part is this: once you have these components, the purchase happens mentally long before the checkout page, because Peloton engineers these 3 components before you ever spend $1. At Pink Studios, we engineer that same pre-yes moment for brands, a 3-part formula that makes decisions feel inevitable before the price even shows up. In this video, we'll break down Peloton's playbook and show you exactly how to apply it to your brand. Are you actually selling to someone, or are you just hoping the market finds you? Most brands do not fail because the product is bad. They fail because they never decide who the product is for. So their messaging becomes broad, safe, forgettable. And when you try to speak to everyone, you end up resonating with nobody. Here's the reality: your product is not for everyone. It is for a specific type of person with a specific context, specific problem, and specific reason to care. Marketing is not broadcasting. Marketing is selection. Peloton is for people who want a structured path to consistency without the friction of the gym. Supreme is for people who want cultural status and belonging through scarcity. A pen is for people who have a reason to write. It sounds obvious, but most brands ignore it. They try to sell you the pen to people who never even write. Then they blame the algorithm, the economy, or their ad budget. This component is about precision, defining your ideal customer profile, your ICP, so your marketing has a target to hit. Start simple. What problem does it solve specifically? Who feels that problem frequently enough to pay to remove it? If you have not done it yet, use the ICP document in the description to map this out. And once you have a clear picture of who your buyer is, ask the question most brands avoid. Is your marketing actually designed to attract this person? Because this is where companies get stuck. They say they have an audience, but their content is too broad to signal relevance. Their copy avoids specifics. The visuals look generic, and the consequence is predictable. The right customer scrolls past because nothing in their message tells them this was made for you. Your ideal customer is actively trying to search for a product they can commit to, but they will not commit to you if you are not committed to them. So stop marketing to anyone. Choose your person and build a message for them. Make the offer for them, and let everyone else disqualify themselves. Once you specify who you're for, the next job is removing uncertainty. Most customers do not say no. They say, "I'll think about it." And usually that means the same thing. They cannot clearly predict what happens after they pay. When people cannot predict the experience, they delay the decision. The solution is simple: transparency. It makes the offer legible and the experience visible. If someone cannot picture what using your product is like, they will not buy it. Your marketing should answer 3 questions. What happens on day 1? What does week to week look like? What do results look like at 30, 60, and 90 days? Peloton doesn't just sell a bike. It shows the interface, the class type, the instructor style, the pacing, and the feedback. You can visualize the entire experience before you even commit. Be clear on your offers, because confusion is extremely risky. Be clear on what's included, prices and tiers, deliverables, what the buyer must do to get the outcome. If it's a service, do not say, "We help you grow." Say what you deliver, how it's delivered, and what success realistically means. Overall transparency comes down to one key point: feeling. That feeling is what you aim to accomplish with all of this. The feeling that you are who you say you are and you will deliver what you say you will deliver. Companies say things like, "You'll be better," or "We'll help you grow." But the truth is, nobody believes those lines, especially if nobody has ever seen that company. So what brings that person from point A to point Z? That's where the final component comes in: proof. Specification tells people this is for you. Transparency shows them what to expect. Proof is what makes the decision feel justified. Because claims are cheap. Every brand says that they are the best, fastest, highest quality, most innovative. Buyers have heard everything. Proof is the only thing that cuts through all that, because it turns marketing from persuasion to evidence. Proof is different because it produces evidence the buyer can verify. Outcomes with context, case studies that show the starting point and the change, numbers that match the promise, and real examples that demonstrate what success actually looks like. The most powerful proof is not generic. It matches the exact customer you specified. So the buyer sees themselves in the evidence and thinks, if it worked for them, it can work for me. And the strongest brands do not display proof. They build it into the experience so the results become visible as the customer uses the product. Peloton is a great example. It does not rely on inspirational slogans alone. It makes progress through streaks, PRs, and other metrics that show the customer is improving. That is the goal for any brand. Engineer proof that is easy to see, easy to measure, and easy to repeat. So the customer is not taking a leap of faith, but rather making an evidence-based decision. When you combine these three components, the result is trust. And trust is the real engine behind premium pricing, higher conversion, and long-term retention. Specification ensures that the right person recognizes themselves in the message because the offer is clearly built for a defined buyer instead of everyone. Transparency removes uncertainty by making the experience predict. And what happens after purchase? Proof then seals the decision by turning your promises into evidence the buyer can verify, ideally evidence that becomes visible through the experience itself. Put together, this creates a simple chain reaction, and that is what trust actually is in the marketing, making the outcome feel believable. When customers stop hesitating, they stop shopping around price. They commit to the product. That's how Liquid Death sells water for 3 times the price, how Supreme sells shirts for 4 to 5 times compared to the average t-shirt. Price is relative, commitment is objective.